Okay, welcome to the training video for Excel development. As you can see, this is one of our buildings in the Pleasant Ridge area, and there's 5 tools that I carry with me. As you might be able to tell, I have the broom, dustpan, squirt bottle, rag, and in my pocket I have an SOS pad, and those 5 items you can use to clean the entire building. And as you can see, I start at the very top of the building and I'll work my way down into the basement. And in this video, in real time, it took me a little under 10 minutes to clean the entire building, which isn't really that long. And that's probably the fastest that I can get the building done is 10 minutes. But when you're new, it will take you obviously more time, and that's okay. On my route, and your route too, you'll start on a Monday, and you'll start with your first building, and then you'll go to your next closest building. And all the buildings are located real close to one another. There's several on the same street, which are literally 30 seconds away. Some buildings are right next to each other, so that really helps because you want to get these buildings done quickly, but you want to be efficient and you don't want to skip over anything, because ideally you want to focus on quality, but quantity is also important on this job because we have over 100 buildings. And don't think you're just responsible for 20 buildings. Eventually, you'll be going in all the other buildings, and that helps a lot because it gives you an idea what all of our other buildings look like and how well or not well they're kept up. And you can pick up a lot of tips because each building's different. And so each building has its own unique set of circumstances and character. And you'll realize that really all the buildings are in a constant state of change. This is Monday, and this is Woodmont. And I guarantee you by, Thursday or Wednesday, the building might get a little dirtier, but that's okay because it's just general dirt that tenants carry in, obviously, as they walk through the hallways, like everybody else would. That's expected. But as long as you get all the hard scuffs and all the dirty spots up on the floor, you'll be fine. As you can see, you just work your way down, cleaning the floors and the walls. Now, 90% of your cleaning will be on the floors and walls because they tend to get dirtiest the most. Now, as you see, there are other areas we clean: the handrails, all the doors, the windows, the doorknobs, the baseboards. Use your imagination. There's lots of stuff that need to be cleaned. But all the other stuff besides the floors and the walls, we consider that minor cleaning. And my general rule of thumb for the minor cleaning is, as long as you clean the minor cleaning really good in each building one time, you don't need to focus so much on the minor cleaning week after week, because the floors and the walls will take up 80 to 90% of your cleaning on a weekly basis because they get dirtiest the most. So what you'll find out is, as you progress throughout the week, you'll go back in your buildings for other cleaning, and then you can sort of clean the minor areas then. But if you have time on a Monday and Tuesday, if you see areas that are dirty or that needs attention, go ahead and clean that. But also pay attention to your time. You don't want to spend an hour in each building you don't need to, because our buildings are set up where, as you can see in this video, that, you know, if you sweep the hallways and if you take your time doing the floors and walls, I mean, really 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe at the most, is all you need to clean, you know, those areas. Now, when you're new, obviously, it might take you a little bit more time, and that's expected. Now, let's talk about the exterior of the buildings. I haven't talked about that yet. Now, don't think that you're not responsible for the exterior, the grounds, and, you know, the landscaping and all the property outside the building, because you are. So, as you approach every building, take a general look around the building. You know, does it have good curb appeal? And hopefully it does. And if it doesn't, think about, you know, what you can do to make it look good. Think about what you can do to put your building into the A-B category. You know, you want it looking good. You know, you want your building to stand out in the neighborhood. I mean, Excel is paying you to go to these buildings and keep them clean. So really, your building should stand out from all the other buildings, you know, on the street, at least in principle. You know, we want them to look good. I mean, Excel is paying someone to make them look good, so they should. So here I am in the basement, and I'm just generally cleaning the areas that tend to get dirtiest the most. And that area is usually around the washers and dryers for obvious reasons. You don't need to sweep the entire basement every week. I've said that before. But if you do it one time real good, and then if you come back week after week, and if you're consistent, you don't need to clean the entire square footer of every basement. So once you get your cleaning done for the week, then what you do for the rest of the week is you want to come up with a game plan or a schedule or some sort of you know, principle as far as what you're going to do the rest of the week. Maybe you'll start with the building that needs the most attention and go to that building and you know, try to fix it up and be creative, be proactive. Well, act like you own the building. You know, walk through the building with a pen and paper and write down, you know, what could you do to make it look good? You know, if I own this building, how can I make it look better? Does the hallway walls need to be painted? Maybe there's some tile that needs to be taken up, and new tile needs to be put down on the steps or on the landing. Or maybe the entire building needs to be retiled, some vinyl tile. And if you can do that, or someone can teach you to do that, go ahead and do it. Or maybe the outside of the building needs some attention, the landscaping area. Maybe the bushes need to be trimmed, taken out. Maybe some flowers need to be planted. Maybe there's some holes in the yard around the driveway area that need some dirt filled in or something like that. You know, be creative. You know, if your buildings are clean, clear, and cozy, and those are the 3 C's we use, clean, and if they're clear and cozy, the 4th C I would add is be creative. You know, make your building stand out. Find out where your strong suit is, and maybe it's in the painting, maybe it's in laying some tile, maybe it's working outside. Find out where you excel at, and make that your strong point and make it stand out. So you're responsible for roughly 20 buildings, give or take, on a weekly basis. And you're also responsible for the garbage on a weekly basis, rolling them out and pulling them back in. So those are the general areas that you're responsible for on each building. So I hope that helped. And obviously that's not everything, but that will help you get started here at Excel Development. And we welcome you, and you'll find out it's really fun to work here. You have a lot of freedom to expand and to develop as an employee and to develop our buildings and to make them look better. So it's a lot of fun. So I hope this helped, and if you have any other questions, feel free to ask someone. Thanks.